Hello all and welcome to the RaceOnOz ACC PC League. Apologies for the start. Always little niggles getting these things up and running. We are at the wonderful Spa circuit in Belgium for an absolutely awesome round of racing. Round 9 of 10, 2 races left in the series. It's been a wonderful series so far, as this is going to be an absolute cracker of a race. Spa always has plenty of action, and there will be plenty in this race as well, as we really count down the last few minutes of free practice. But we'll have a look at the circuit, and as I say, this is a wonderful circuit. So much history around here. Got to get a good run out of La Source, head down the hill, get through Rooz and Radion smoothly. It's always a challenge. You hold your breath every single time you go through there. We'll not be surprised if we see a few cars in the wall. And then it's straight run down the Camel Straight, and heavy braking into Lacombe. And, well, the rest of the track is just absolutely brilliant. There's going to be plenty of action. Huge left-hand corner at Blanchimont, as we... this is always a favourite at Spa. I don't think I've ever got through a race at Spa without hitting the fence at Radion. So these guys have got a fair bit more skill than I do, so I'm sure they'll get through quite cleanly. As we've come off the back of an absolutely awesome race at Paul Ricard in some very, very challenging conditions, with first-time winner James Reed taking the win. It was just an absolutely brilliant performance, and well done to him. There was plenty of challenges though, and plenty of drama, with series leader Lucas Dowd having an off and getting a track limits penalty with a drive-through. Bruno Gallo, the same situation occurred for him as well, and they just fell off one by one. Anyone who had been challenging for the lead, they just struggled to keep it going. There's a bit of the commentator's curse involved in that, which is always a bit of fun. But, as we 5 minutes to go on the practice session, I'm actually just on board with Lucas Dowd at the moment. So we will actually get in there and have a look at the action. Just go on board for the rest of this lap. So he's in second at the moment. Unfortunately. So look at how tight it is. Obviously this is just a practice session, but the form that Gallo's been in, he had his moment at Paul Ricard. It's a very interesting one. It's very tight. 200ths of a second separates them in practice. Track is onto him, and the bit looks quite loose there. So we're just following for this next lap.
For the pit stop strategy box, don't you need to choose your tyre set anymore? Doesn't seem to be an option.
No.
yeah, picks the next newest, and then he goes through them on terms of wear. So yeah, he should be good.
Challenging lap there for Lucas. As we just skid through the field here. It's Max Gassett for his second race in the PC League. Looking to make amends of the very challenging start that he had. It was rain, variable weather, had everything at Paul Ricard. So he's in the Audi, which can be a bit of a handful around. Oh, as I say that, he's had a big moment. Stephen Haycock in the Honda. There's a couple of seconds off the pace, as it looks as though Bruno's going quicker. Has gone quicker. So here's Neil Fakeney, Ferrari. Ferraris are usually pretty strong around here, as he's had a moment himself. Waiting for the last few cars to cross the line to have the session tick over to qualifying.
Green light, give it all you can.
Right, the cars head out on track now for qualifying session. I'm looking forward to seeing the battle between Lucas Dowd and Bruno Gallo. It's we're pretty tight between these guys, I suspect. As Hatfield is just heading out in the Ferrari. So a lot of the guys are still in the pits. We'll just catch up to who's the first car out, and this is James Reed in the Audi, coming off a brilliant performance of Paul Ricard. He'll be looking to go again, have another strong performance here. Very nice looking Bumblebee livery on the Audi. It's pretty chuffed with the performance at Paul Ricard, and so he should be. First win in the PC League. He's challenged all season. He's had some bad luck and a few incidents. Probably hasn't got the performances he wanted. Following him is Christopher Blanchard. Changed the livery up for this round. It's another very slick Audi. He's doing some excellent Satins. Third car crossing the line to start his lap. Stinson. Another one who's had some unfortunate incidents throughout the season. Paul Ricard in very challenging conditions. Incidents through the season. He's followed by one instead of five. And all things to see. It's a very nice looking this season. We'll have a look at the championship standings shortly. He's been one of those that's tried to put a challenge up to Lucas Dowd. There's Bruno Gallo, very slick black and red Ferrari. Great colour scheme in this car, looks absolutely magnificent. Paul Freeland in the Lexus, the only Lexus in the field. This performance has just been increasing as the season goes on. Rob Penfold in the still looking for another strong showing here. We've got Art Vanderlei. Very strong driver in pro class, raw class, so looking to put the challenge up to Bruno and Lucas. Little fake knee. This little Ferrari. Young fellas just let Lucas Dowd go through. Black, Bentley's sticking to each other. Staniak and the again. window. So the first few times are coming through. 18.3 from Bruno Gallo goes to the top early on, followed by James Reed. The times are flowing through now. So Medved in the McLaren, I think he's the only McLaren in the field tonight. Coco in the McLaren. Richard Weston, I think, is the last car to come out of the pits. He'll be looking for a strong showing in this race as well. Just check the sector splits. So Reed is up on this lap so far. It's obviously got the camera. Cars and tracks, it's on rails. It's not like a skill. His exit. He's gone 3/10 quicker, so he'll get a fresh set of boots. Lucas down, so he's the second lap. So 17 seconds. Dropped a couple of tenths, so he's dropping 4 tenths in this lap. Is he fueled to get to the end? To get another lap in or two? Don't have a lot of time. Longest lap on the calendar. Just go through and try and see if we can find Bruno Gallo here. Here he is. This is his first flying lap after his pit stop. So he's come up on no signs. So he's got traffic as well. He's got a clear track ahead of him now, provided no one comes out of the pits on this lap. With this new game update, it does take longer to get the tyres up to tampen up the pressure. You do have to nurse them a little bit more. So a reminder for this race that it is a one mandatory pit stop for tyres. As Bruno sets off, he'll have one more. He's got time for another lap after this one. Keep it on pole. Really good lap by Bruno. He's up 2/10. Lucas Dowd, on the other hand, he's invalidated this lap, or he's just exited the pits. So will he have time to get another lap in? 4/10 up for Bruno Gallo. Can he get into the 17s? Four-tenths. Almost half a second as he run wide. No, he keeps hold of it, so it's 4/10. So he's got a couple corners to go. He should have time for another lap though. Finish it. This is going to be in the 17, 17.7. What a lap. He's 6/10 quicker than Lucas Dowd. What a lap. He sets off again, so he's already a 10th up coming out of the first turn. Try and catch. The next car coming along. So here's Lucas Dowd. Can he find the 6/10? It's the timer hit 0, so he's already a 10th down. With Bruno, he's on a flyer here. He's going to keep this going. He's on it again. He's almost 2/10 up already. Whereas Lucas Dowd is down, so is there someone that he dropped 6/10? I'd highly doubt it. And that's it. He's pulled over. That's it for him. He's actually had a track cut previously. As Hatfield's on a flying lap as well. He's up on his PB. We'll go on board with the rest of this lap for Bruno. He's just 4/10 up already. Can this be a low 17? Oh, there's a track cut. He's just gone too wide, pushing hard. Well, he's easily got pole. So we just wait for the last two cars to cross the line. That will be Hatfield and Neil Fakeney. That's it. So they've done a track cut somewhere along the line. So congratulations to Bruno Gallo. That was a brilliant lap. 6/10 quicker than the rest of the field. That is just brilliant. So it's quite tight after that. That was an absolutely wonderful position. Challenge is on for Lucas Dowd. He's got a challenger at the front of the field. So we just wait for the time to tick over. We'll take a short break and be back in a second.
You're currently P15. Do you think you can go faster than night qualifying? I think you can.
I hope so. First shot we did was okay, but we had a bit of traffic and could have been better. And we changed something on car for the second.
As we wait for the grid to form up and for the formation lap to start, we will have a quick look at the championship standings. As it is at the moment, it is a 70-point lead to Lucas Dowd over Nando, followed by Paul Russell. And a shout out to Paul Russell, who is unfortunately unable to race tonight due to an injury. I hope you get well soon, mate, and get back on track. And then Reed is in fourth. Frost, Medved, Dibson and Vanderlei. So that's the pro class, or the leaders of the pro class. Then the battle for silver is still on with Sassana and Wall. It's very tight on points, 152 to 41. So that championship is definitely still on the line. Saying that, there is, with 2 races left, mathematically Lucas Dowd can be beaten. It would be a massive challenge. One of these guys. So it's really mathematically Reed and Nando can still win it, but they would need to win this race and Dowd to have a DNF. Disconnection, who knows? As we head down the order, the leader in
in AM class is Rob Penfold. So he's had a brilliant season himself, and there's a few guys in AM that are missing tonight from the looks of things, from the looks of the grid.
30 seconds.
As we round out the rest of the championship points. So
20 seconds.
we
All good so far. Let's
take a short break, another short break before the start of this race. So as the cars head round on the formation lap, we just have a quick thank you to all of our sponsors: Selby Acoustic, Ignition Controls, Pagnian, Next Level Racing, the SimGrid, Coach Dave Academies, and the Gamesman. Thank you to all of you for your support for Race on Oz. We couldn't do what we do without you. Now, if anyone is interested in donating to Race on Oz, the PayPal account is in the description of this video, so it is very much appreciated. It does help keep the community running and allows us to do what we enjoy doing, and that is to go racing. As we get set for this one, it's going to be an absolute cracker. Definitely not the variable conditions that we had last week at Paul Ricard. As we follow Bruno around, it's a brilliant qualifying by him. Pole position, just over 0.6 of a second. That's smashed the field. That's what Lucas Dowd has been doing all season. So it's Gallo's turn. Looking forward to how he can go from the front of the field. So the top silver driver is Peter Wall in 7th, and the top AM driver is Coco in 19th. So Rob Penfold is in 21st. He leads that championship. The winner of AM class last round, Paul Ricard, was Max Gassett in his first race on PC, so congratulations, Max. And as we get set up here, let's have a quick look through the field. So starting at the back is Morningstar Mike. He's had a challenging time in that BMW. He's slowly getting to grips with it. Max Gassett, Haycock in the Honda. He had a struggle in this session. Rob Penfold, mentioned before, leading the AM Class Championship. Dominiak, he's a long way back. He's had some really good performances lately, so he's got a job to do on this one. So there's Coco. Goes on set with the Bentley, Masterson, McLaren, Freeland, the only Lexus in the field, as they begin to do their double file start. The start line is a long way further. He's past turn 1. So field in 15th. Angry Old Fella in 14th. Neil Fake Knee 13th. Blanchard in 12th. Frost a bit further down than he used to. Stimson in 10th. Sasana, good performance from him. Nando, Wall, really good performance from him too. He's had some really great finishes lately. Weston, Medved, Vandelay, Reed, Dowd and Gallo. So we'll get ready for this one. As they are not far from the line as the field comes round. Just waiting for the green light here.
Green light. Go, go, go.
And here we go, we are off. So Gallo's got a bit of a jump at the start. Oh, side by side, Reed and Dowd. Oh, there's a couple cars have gone round. And there's a few in the fence here. Oh, what a disaster of a start for a few cars. That is Stimson, Sasana, and that is Freeland, I believe, is in the fence as well. Other than that, the rest of the field's got through pretty clean. It's just for this front of the field here. It's Reed, Vandelay, Medved and Weston. Go back and look at the replay at some point, but that's a disaster at the start. So Bruno Gallo did get a bit of a gap. It looks as though Dowd's been able to edge that gap down. Just have a quick look at the live splits at 7:10, so he has brought that gap down. He's continuing to do so as this lap's continued. As these two are pulling a bit of a gap over Reed. Looks like Dowd does not want to let him go. So Gallo won't have it all his own way in this race. Dowd's going to challenge for it as Vandelay looks to make a move on Reed into the chicane. Can Reed pull it up? Yes, he can. Oh, Weston ran a bit wide. He's got Nando just behind him. Be a hot spot here at the last turn. We'll see him get through there quite cleanly. Just watch these lot of cars head off in the second lap. So sorry, apologies. It was Morningstar Mike that was at the back of the field. So this is Frost making a move on Wall here. Gets the job done. Oh, Weston and Nando, bit of pushing and shoving here. It continues on. Oh, Nando does not give him an inch, and Weston has to back out of it. Just trying to figure out where a couple of these guys have ended up for that first lap. So we've got Freeland, who's a long way back. So it was Freeland that ended up in the fence. So I think he's got some damage on that one. There we've got Stimson and Sasana. So these guys are of seconds in the back of the field now, so they've caught up quite quickly. This battle here, we've got Morningstar Mike, Haycock and Gassett. So first flying lap, and Gallo is 0.7 of a second quicker than Dowd, so he's being able to pull the gap on him. As you can see that gap as the guys come through. Rooz and Radion. Western had a bit of a moment heading through Radion. Is he going to give Frost a bit of a sniff here? As we've got Neil Fakeney having a go at Peter Wall. Pull it up. Oh, he struggled to pull it up. He's going to cut the corner. Gives the position back. Oh, he's going to have another crack though. It's going to continue on between these two. Got Hatfield and Angry Old Fella behind them. Blanchard's lost a couple of positions from the start here. He's under attack from Masterson and Coco. There's Morningstar, so Freeland's getting his damage fixed as Gallo does an 18.3. Dowd 0.7 slower. There's a bit of a gaggle of cars behind Reed here.
Let's watch these three. And through Rouge, over Radion. Oh, it was a bit compromised there, Reed. I think Vandelay's going to have a run on him here. Wait for the chopper to catch up to him. Medved's ready to pick up the pieces. As Vandelay's got a bit of a sniff here. There's a slight bit of overlap. Medved and Nando are in on this one as well. Oh, Vandelay gets up the inside and gets the job done. It's not over though. Reed will be hungry to get that spot back. This battle tightens up. Can Reed get a run on? He's in the toe. Can he get through Blanchimont? Get it up the inside at the chicane. Nando's having a crack at Medved as well. By these guys, and Weston's not
not too far from these guys either. Oh, it's Reed one's wide. It's a huge moment. He's dropped. Oh, they're going to be 3 wide at the end of Camel. That's Weston around the outside of Nando. Can he hold it? I think he will. So he's got the position back on Nando. Oh, as Nando runs wide, it's going to give us. Reed shows the nose, can't quite get it done. So now Reed's coming under attack from Frost. So Reed got a drama, tyres, as Weston has a drama now as well. So Nando's alongside. He'll go around the outside and they make contact again, these two. Pushing and shoving each other all race, these guys. In front of these guys, they've got Medved and Vanderlei have just skipped away. So 18.9 for Gallo, 18.7 for Dowd. So Dowd's level pegging with Gallo at the moment. There's a bit of a time drop off to the guys behind. As this battle continues, Weston and Nando. From Reed's car, the middle of the last round. Oh, a bit of a slide by Nando. Weston's got a sniff here. Weston just misses the apex. No name. To give a sniff to Reed as they head into pull on. Just looks as though Weston's struggling a little bit in that Ferrari. Way back here. Started well, he's dropped back to 7th. Weston covers Reed at the chicane. Reed just outbrakes himself slightly and he's fallen back towards Frost here. So you don't need to give Frost much of a sniff for him to have a crack at someone, so he'll be looking forward to this little battle. Oh, Reed just struggled through there again, so he's not very comfortable in that Audi. Frost is going to get up alongside. Can he get and gets the job done? Well done, Frost. Gets it done before the end of Kemmel Straight. So we just go to the front of the field here. So that's a just over a 3.5 second gap between Gallo and Dowd. Just go on board with Gallo. Follow him around for a lap. Brilliant lap there by Bruno, and he just looks in absolute command of that car. That Ferrari's working very, very well for him, and he's just gapped out by half a second again on that lap. So challenge on for Lucas.
He'd won every race he'd been in this season, apart from last round where James Reed won in the wet at Paul Ricard. As we just make our way back through, so Vanderlayer's got a 1 second gap, or close to, over Medved. And we've got Nando behind him. Mitchell Weston, so he's just dropped off the back of Nando to
Frost and Reed, this battle continues, so Frost hasn't been able to get away from him. And we've got Wall and Fake Knee just with a watching brief over those two ahead of them. And then there's a gap back to Christopher Blanchard in 11th, so he's been able to make those positions back up. And Coco Masterson. So Coco started in 19th, so he's been able to make up 7 positions, and 2 positions behind him is Penfold. So both guys in AM class have been able to make their way up through the silver class and pass some of this. So Stimson's made his, after the incident on that one, you can see the damage to his car, so he's been able to make his way back through the field. They are quite a few seconds slower a lap than the leaders, but they've been able to make their way back up from the back of the field. So that's Stimson and Sasana. Dominiak has made some progress after his start. We've got Oldfella. So Oldfella's gone backwards. Same with Ursine as well. So Freeland took his pit stop, I think after that damage that he got at Radion. It's a bit much for him. As we just watched Stimson make a big move on Penfold, gets the job done as first lot of pit stop starts. So that's Masterson and Coco heading in. So they'll be going for the undercut here. Some fresh tyres and go again. So Reed's actually made his way past Frost. That lap, so he has. Frost had a moment somewhere, or has Reed genuinely just got past him? Battle's closing up here. Fake Knee, Wall and Frost. So Reed has been able to pull a couple of seconds on these guys. As Weston's got Nando's just coming out of the pits and just coming out in front of him. So what's happened there is Nando had a moment somewhere. So Nando was actually up ahead of these guys. So he's taking his pit stop. If he had damage, so this battle's heating up between Vanderlei and Medved. So Nando's lost a lot of positions with that lengthy pit stop. from the bonnet of Medved. Just paying attention to the attitude that's on Vanderlei's car. That Porsche actually looks pretty stable. See if Medved's got the pace on him. Slightly there. In it between these two as Vanderlei takes a lot of the curb. So the field's quite spread out at the moment. Might have had a slight top speed advantage over the Porsche, but that's the case. Still in this lap, so Medved's not really able to make too many inroads past that. As Medved pits, Lucas Dowd is in the pits as well, as just caught Nando almost having a bit of he had a bit of a moment at the chicane. So he continues on. It is a very, very long pit lane at this track, but Nando has come out behind. That was Fake Knee coming into the pits as well. Blanchard, he's continuing on. Stimson, he's continuing on as well. Masterson pits. Susanna continues on as we've got Masterson in the pits. Dominiak continues. Freeland has done his pit stop, so he will have quite a heavy fuel load to get to the end. Sign yet to pit. Max Gassett and it's Morningstar Mike. So Max Gassett is sporting some damage on the back of his car. Battle's heating up here for the 17th. As we've got a yellow flag somewhere, that's car 16. He's come off at the end of Camel Straight. See if we can catch up to him quickly there. Who was that? That was Coco. So he's just exited the pits and he's had to make... Well, he's had a moment at the end of the straight. Was he getting out of the way of someone? I can't quite tell if he's sporting damage there. Just might be rubber build up on his car. So he's in 22nd. So these cars take a moment for these pit stops to shake out the order. So we'll just stick with Vanderlei here. What will he do? As Medved looks to have tried the undercut. Does Vanderlei come in? Yes, he does. So good move.
Way to go.
Western pits as well, so halfway through the race. As Reid continues on, so I suspect Reid had a slightly higher fuel load at the start of the race. Looked to go slightly further into the race before pitting. Conditions are perfect out here on track, 21 degrees, optimum conditions, changing conditions inside, so these guys will be absolutely at the grip limit. Plenty of it, but fresh set of boots and they'll be going hard now. As Western just exits, here is Vanderlei. Is just up the road from him. These guys are only just getting to their pit box. That's how long this pit lane is. Felt like an eternity since I saw these guys come into the pit. So quite a few of the pit stops have been done here. Gas and pits. Just trying to catch up with where we are in the field at the moment. So Stinson is still out on track. Where has Medved come out in regards to Vanderlei? So actually Vanderlei's made a gap on Medved in the pit stops, and that's car 616. That's Morningstar Mike. He's had a huge moment. Look at the damage. Hey, that car would be absolutely undrivable. So I think he's called it at that point. There's not much else he could have done. Let's see if we can get the replay of that one, because I think it might have been quite spectacular. So Morningstar Mike was in this battle with Max Gassett. They've got pretty tight through to the chicane. So they were both on it, coming through Blanchimont. He's got Medved behind him. So Medved had already pitted. There, Morningstar's run wide. So we'll just see how he goes through Rooz and Radion. huge moment. Oh, the car's got air. Wow, that was absolutely spectacular. No wonder there was so much damage on the front of that car. Wowee. Yeah, you can see completely undrivable, that thing. No wonder he's had to chuck it in the pits. Just have a look at one more camera angle of this one, because this is something special. Yeah, this would be the best. Just grab the curb, and then as he's corrected, he's just got away from him. Oh, huge moment. Oh, that was spectacular. No wonder the car's a write-off. That's one of the biggest hits I've seen there. So thank you, Morningstar Mike, for that one. That was a 10 out of 10 for effort, that one. As Bruno comes into the pits. Get back to racing now. So Stimson, Huff and Susanna after those dramas on lap 1. So Stimson's up to 11th. He's just 11 seconds behind Neil Fakeney. So Blanchard's I think Blanchard's had a moment somewhere. Still a couple of guys left to pit, so this is the remaining pit stops are being done now. Dowd continues. Bruno Gallo is out on his way, so that's the gap between those two. So 14 odd seconds. Yeah, so it's 10 seconds. Sorry, so it was about that when the pit stop started. So the undercut hasn't really worked, or hasn't given too bigger inroads for Dowd. So Gallo's in the box seat for this one with 23 minutes left. Vanderlei in third, comfortably in third now, so he's been able to make a gap to Medved in fourth, and then Weston, he's trying to hunt down Medved within a second and a half. Behind them is Reed, who's just exited the pits. Frost and Wall. So the field is quite spread out now after the pit stops. Neil Fakeney in 9th, so the leading car in silver class is Peter Wall. Been expecting this from him this season. He's had stellar performance, quite a few PBs, so he's leading silver class in this one. So Morningstar Mike is back out on track after that huge moment. Heading up the hill, heading up to Radion. As we've got a car off, car 77. Who's that? That is Dominiak, so it's been a challenging night for him. He'll be looking to get back into it now. He's 5.5 seconds away from Haycock, so there's still time to make up some positions there. Nando, so there's obviously been something happen to Nando somewhere along the lines, and he's dropped a hell of a lot of places. So he was challenging for the top 5 in this race, maybe even a podium, and he's fallen off the road somewhere. Rob Penfold is ahead of him, so he's made good progress in this race. Started 21st, so he's made up 7 positions. Angry old fella, a bit disappointed with his performance in this one. And Sassano has made really good gains in this race after the dramas of lap 1. And that's Morningstar Mike coming in because he hasn't completed his pit stop, so he's getting that out of the way. Blanchard in the pits as well, so something else is going on there. not too many battles through the field at the moment. Penfold and Angry Old Fella will be the closest one here. We'll jump on board Penfold for this lap. Lost 7/10 on that lap. Angry Old Fella, and he's falling backwards towards Mando here. As Susana and Masterson. Susana looks like he's going to get the job done here. Does he pull it up? Yes, he does. He's got it done relatively easily there. So Susana into 11th. Stimson, he's made it into the 10. That's very, very good effort after the dramas he had early on. So he's still sporting damage on that car. So maybe he's decided not to get that fixed to keep the car on track. If that's the case, it's been a really good effort from him. So Fake Knees making small amounts of ground on a wall. As Frost, he's kind of been on a bit on his own at the moment. As Reed just heads round Blanchard. As Morningstar Mike has been disqualified, so not sure what's going on there. As Weston has made it up to 4th, so he's made his way around Medved. Has Medved had a drama somewhere? There was a second slower on that last lap, so maybe Weston has caught up to him and got past him. He's beginning to gap him. It's a 4-second lead to Vandelay ahead. So, although Vandelay just did his best lap of the race on that last lap, so Weston with a 2:19.4 on that last lap. Manley with the 2:19.2, which is his quickest of the race. So, be a challenge for Western to catch up to him from here. There's still 15 minutes left, but this is a long track, the longest that we go to. And Dowd has not really made inroads into Gallo's lead. It's down to 9 seconds. Gallo doesn't really need to push too hard, although he's just done a 2:18.7 on that last lap. Let's see what this lap is. 2:18.2, so it's within a tenth of his fastest of the race. That's a 2:18.9 for Dowd, so it is still in full control of Bruno Gallo this race. This has been a brilliant performance. Just go back through. So 2:19.3 to 2:19.6. So 3/10 the difference on that last lap. It's all the work to be done by Weston if he wants to catch up. He's got Medved in close company though. Doesn't take much to have a moment around this track. Oh, a bit of oversteer there by Weston. Got a little bit too much curb. Looking through the field, there's not too many other battles around apart from, so Nando's got through on Penfold. So just move our way back through to this battle here. So Nando's actually, Nando got the job done. So Nando's got the pace on these guys and he's making his way back through the field. So Nando's up to 13th and every old fella's gone backwards. Disappointing for Angry. He's had some really good performances this season. As Weston is just beginning to pull a little gap on Medved as he is. He's making small inroads on Vandelay. I don't think it'll be enough. So Reed's all on his own by about 8 seconds in both directions. It's up into 6th. And Frost. He's got Wall not too far behind him. And Neil Fakeney, so it's not making too much. Although he and Wall are doing pretty identical laps. I think the gap back to Stimson will be a bit too far. So a good performance, good comeback. Masterson, Nando trying to make his way back through. Old fella, good performance from Penfold. He's been shuffled back to 15th, but he's doing a very good performance. Diminiaku, we were disappointed with how things are going in this race. Freeland, another one who's tied up in these dramas on lap 1. But Gallo's just been in a league of his own in this race. We'll go on board for another lap with him. To be on board with. Pretty sure that is actually the quickest lap of the race. So well done Bruno if that is the case. Have a quick look, yes it was, so that was the quickest lap of the race. It's been absolutely insane this one. Really need to appreciate when you see good driving like this. It's been doubted most of the season. Bruno's come in midway through the season and has put the challenge up to him in this one. He was on for a great performance at Paul Ricard too before he fell off the track. There's just under 7 minutes left in this one. Bruno can just about relax and he'll get through easily as Dowd looks like he's pushing still. He's been struggling to match the pace as that gap between Weston and Vanderlei was at about 4 seconds, so there was 8/10 taken out of him that last lap. Be about 3 laps left, 4 laps at most, so could there be enough in this one? So we'll watch this gap intensely as the rest of the field looks quite spread out. So Weston's got pace at the end of this one. Just bring up the sector splits and the gaps. So it's around 3 seconds. See if Weston can keep this pace up. Unfortunately, missed the last round with illness. It's good to see him back on track. Bruno crosses the line, there would be 3 laps left in this race. So can Weston bring this gap down? We'll check the times. As Vanderlei crosses the line, 19.7 to a 19.7, so it's not going to be good enough for Weston. He needs to make big chunks of time. Where is was Vanderlei just responding to the pace that Western had on the lap prior. It's a very good looking Ferrari, this red Ferrari. As Western drive-through penalty. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Pushing hard to make up that time. He needed to make big chunks out of that gap, and he has just been given a drive-through. And it is a big drive-through here. Of all the tracks to get a drive-through, Spa is the place you do not want to get one. Oh, how unfortunate. Well, I'd say that would mean that the podium positions are pretty well settled, as the rest of the field's really quite spread out. Oh, that's very disappointing with only a couple of minutes left in the race. Be interesting to see where he comes out. Of all tracks, I'm surprised we haven't seen more drive-through penalties. He got it just on going through Radeon, I suspect. Just got a bit greedy. That's Blanchard being put it down another lap by. Oh, so he's a lap down already. He's just being overtaken by Wall. So another good performance by Wall, head of Silver Class. So he's in 8th. Frost just ahead of him. These guys might actually gain another position, just as we see where Western is taking the penalty now. He's trying to maintain the pressure on Vanderlei here. So Western's already lost the position to Reed. So, oh, it's such a big penalty on this track. Drive-through penalty, it's huge. He's going to be buried way back in the field. Such a crawl. He's only halfway around the pits and he's all the way back down to 9th. So Stimpson will get him, Sana will get him, Masterson. Oh, what a disaster. Where does he finish up after all of this? So he's out now. That there will be... Is that Angry or is that Nando? I think that's Nando coming through. The angry old fella won't get him. So Nando does get him. So Western's been shuffled all the way back down into 13th. He's on for a really good result. So Wall moves up to 7th. Frost 6th. Reed 5th. Medved moves up to 4th.
Leaders on final lap now.
So we'll go back up to the front and we'll appreciate the performance that this is by Bruno Gallo. This has been huge. Massive win. He's had all the pace. And he's continued on. Brilliant performance by Bruno. Just wanted to sit back and appreciate what he's done in this one. He's absolutely dominated. Start to finish, took pole by a commanding lead over the man who's been hard to beat all season. He's got the job done as he just comes through the chicane, onto the straight. Well done, Bruno. What a race. Absolutely brilliant. Done such a good job. And here comes Lucas Dowd, second place. So it was another great performance from him. Discount that. And Vandelay heads out of the chicane to take third place and round out the podium. Another good performance from him. Medved in fourth. Unfortunate for Weston that he's not there after that penalty. Reed comes through in fifth. Frost, bit of a lone race for him. He comes across in sixth. Got Wall in seventh. Stimson, so Stimson's been able to get through on fake knee here. So apologies for missing that, but he's got that job done. So Neil fake knees in ninth. Sasana up to 10th after the dramas on that one. Masterson in 11th. Weston 12th, so we've got, so something's happened to Nando there as well, so there's been further dramas through the field. Penfold leading AM class. Comes through in 14th. Aycock in 15th. Dominiak will be pleased to get to the back end of this race. And then we've got Nando in the pits. So Nando hasn't actually finished that. So something big's happened to Nando then. As people doing donuts and a bit of carry on. Just go through. And so it was a stellar performance then by Bruno Gallo. Absolutely dominated. It was an absolutely brilliant race, this one. Field did spread out. Wasn't quite as exciting as the last round at Paul Ricard. But entertaining nonetheless. So thank you all for viewing. I'll see you next week for the final round of Season 7. Thank you and good night.